Hello and welcome to Hey Teen TV. Basically, I am back dung spreading again. Got a lot of it to do, and I am going today be cleaning out here. I can't get in there because even if I go get the little Merlot, because that roof is broken. So I'm going to scoop out the dung underneath that so Charlie and I can get to at least that roof project. There are a ton, I know. Also, I'm going to clean out this yard. So these gals are basically going outfield. So they're going to have a nice, it's not the 1st of January anymore, but I think on date wise, I think it's the 3rd of January, and they're going to go see some grass for a minute, so they're out of my way, to be honest. Undo the rope here. They know. They always know. They do love being out. Unfortunately, we can't keep them out all the time because, well, they just make a mess everywhere. But they're happy coming out their little gate. So I re-put a gate up on that post a while ago. So they got a little gate on one side and a big gate on the other side. Just going to wander out here to make sure they are firmly secure in their top paddock. So if you're new to the channel, hi, nice to see you. Good to meet you. Well, we haven't met really. You've seen us, but we haven't seen you. Anyway, this is the top paddock. The gals are out. Fortunately, I can see from here that the gate over there is shut and the gate up there is shut. So I can get on with clearing out their yard, and this lot can have a munch around. For today's tricks, I'm going to use the power of the bucket grab. So, bucket grab is going to be used. Makes life a little bit easier. Anyway, I'm going to get this all opened up here a second and move on. As you can see, I've had to park the dung spreader on the best because the only way to get in here. There just ain't enough room, but it works. Works pretty well. critics. As you can see, hay feeder is still intact at the moment. Probably won't be if I hit it, but like, let's try not to do that. Keep away from it, Justin. Okay, on with another field. So, a little bit of history of us and dung spreaders. We used to run Marshall rotor spreaders for years, which I'm just going to take a punt out there. Almost everyone has driven a rotor spreader. And rotor spreaders, found them, you know, they're the hay bob of the dung spreader industry, aren't they, really? They'll do everything. But like when it comes to it, like being precise, they're not so great. Silagey stuff. We used to find that, you know, if you put end of a round bale in of silage, it would just get stuck, and you'd be just going round and round and round until it managed to bite in and clear it. Yes, I know that would be worse the case if hammers were gone like rounded right off and they weren't like sharp and new. But most of the time on a rotor spreader, the hammers on the end of the chains are rounded, because let's face it, who on earth changes them all the time? So then we went away from the rotor spreaders, we went to Tegel Titan. Awesome spreader, really awesome spreader. Like, I don't know why we didn't get one of those this time, but who knows in the future. Funny, love the spreader, but the first Titan we had, which was the first race discharge we had, loved it, absolutely loved it, until I put a breeze block wall through it, but we don't need to go into that. In my defence, it was clearing someone else's dung heap, and big buckets of telehandlers can't see this sort of thing. Then we went from the Titan to the Marshall Vesuvius. Horrible. Those you get on with it, fine, but I just could not get on with it. The speed at which the Ram sort of does its stages, we could never get the second stage to work properly. So, like, the best thing in the world was when that went. Then we went from a Vesuvius to a K2. K2, great spreader, absolutely phenomenal spreader. But having the two sets of slats and chains, we had it where one side just kept going wrong, and we ended up with the slats that would bend over the end of the conveyor as they went through, and that kind of messed up the spreader in the end. Not wrote it off or anything, but like, that kind of ended it for us. Then we went to the first bunny, which was the last one you saw, the compact, and so far so good, like really good. The slats that go along are basically just slotted into the chains. So, you know, if they twist or anything, they should pop off, which is just, you know, you foolproof the spreader before you start. Then obviously we haven't had that one very long. We only had that one like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and we swapped to this one. Only really because like the compact's great for getting around, but loading with the bucket and telehandler, I was just finding it an absolute pain of having. So the bucket we got for telehandler was 1.5 whips of the spreader, rather than like 2 nice bucket whips for the spreader. So I was forever having to sort of push a bit to the back to properly fill the spreader, and it was just wasting time doing my head in. So that's why we've gone to this one, which is no bigger, but at the same time, this time we don't have to sell it to make it bigger. We can add extensions on the sides and get a little bit more out of the spreader. But it's a great bit of kit. It is a great bit of kit. Like, we have a really good relationship with Hulses, where we got it from, and yeah, it's like, what can you say? It does it. If it, well, put it this way: if the big one that was on Top Gear could put one through a, well, put a Volvo through a dunk spreader, you've got to be asking questions that it must be built pretty strong. Now we know this one isn't that one that the Volvo went through, but at the end of the day it's the same make, so you would think the build quality is going to be the same down the line. If you're wondering why I've stopped and now I'm going again, I just opened it again. But spread pattern and stuff on this thing, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And also, as I was saying before, if we set it up so we're driving speed about 6.3 miles an hour that we're spreading dung at, and then I have the chain speed on, well, on the machine it's on 6.5, which means absolutely nothing to any of you at home. But anyway, the correlating speed of me driving and the speed that the conveyor's going gives us a nice chipped up dunk, because obviously we've got to get it gone. Like, I've basically got, we're a bit behind because this should have been done in December, like largely started, but obviously, as everyone in the whole country knows, we've just been rain everywhere. No matter what farm you're on, it's just been wet. So about a month behind, so I've really got to get my ass going on this one. But as you see at the moment, just clearing out our cow yard and cow area. The other day I did the shed where the cows are, just doing the little like finicky places. Also, like, a little bit of honesty, the last video and me done spreading and this video were filmed on the same day, so I technically done the whole yard in a wanna, but I thought I'd make 2 videos rather than one, and we could all chat. This has also been done on the weekend, so that's why Adam's not around again. Even though Adam did text me to say, in his own way, he misses you all. So literally, I've just driven across a field after my last load, and this has happened. This stuff's back. So unfortunately, rain has stopped play, as bloody usual in Devon. Probably UK actually. Feels a bit greedy saying all the rain comes down here. So I'm going to let the cows back in because our cows are a little bit soft. They like being kept in the dry, having their yard that is enclosed. At the moment they're shut out in the field, so they're a bit soft really. Anyway, hope you all have enjoyed what you've seen until old Mother Nature come back. If you look down there, it's just a wall of grey coming. But at least it's not snow. Anyone got snow? Really feel sorry for you. Anyway, if If you haven't yet done so, please can you hit that subscribe. That would be epic. If we've earned it, give us a thumbs up. Brilliant. If you want to see any more of us, you can find us on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter and Instagram. And if you want any merch, just have a look on eBay, type in Hey Team TV and it will be there. But as usual, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.